Some people don't ask for help, even when they're drowning, not because they're strong, not because they have everything under control, but because somewhere along the way, they learned that needing others was dangerous. Stay until the end, because the psychology behind this behavior reveals a quiet survival strategy most people never notice. There's a certain type of person you've probably met before. They never complain, they rarely open up, and when life hits them hard, they don't call anyone. They just disappear into themselves. From the outside, they look independent, strong, self-sufficient, but psychology tells a different story. People who don't ask for help are often not the strongest in the room. They're the ones who learned early that help doesn't always come. Maybe they grew up in homes where emotions were ignored, or where vulnerability was punished, or where they had to become the mature one too soon. So they adapted. They stopped asking, stopped expecting, stopped reaching out. Because when you ask for help and no one comes, or worse, when someone comes and hurts you, your nervous system remembers, and it creates a rule. Don't depend on anyone. It's safer that way. Over time, this rule becomes part of their identity. They become the friend who listens to everyone else, the partner who handles everything alone, the sibling who never asks for anything. Not because they don't need support,
but because needing feels unsafe. Psychologists often connect this pattern to what's called avoidant attachment or hyper-independence. It's a coping mechanism. When a child learns that their emotional needs aren't met consistently, they don't stop having needs, they just stop showing them. It's not a lack of emotion, it's emotional self-protection. So as adults, these people become extremely capable. They solve their own problems, they figure things out alone, they don't like being a burden. But there's a hidden cost. Because humans aren't built to live in emotional isolation, even the most independent nervous system still needs connection, reassurance, and support. And when someone never asks for help, it doesn't mean they don't need it. It often means they don't believe it will be there. So instead of reaching out, they say, "I'll handle it. It's not a big deal. I don't want to bother anyone." But inside, there's often exhaustion, loneliness, and a quiet hope that someone might notice without them having to ask. That's the paradox. People who don't ask for help are often the ones who need the most gentle, consistent support. Not dramatic rescue, not grand gestures, just someone who stays, someone who checks in, someone who proves over time that asking doesn't always lead to disappointment. And here's the important part. If you're someone who never asks for help, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you adapted. Your independence probably protected you at some point.
It helped you survive situations where no one else stepped in. But what protected you in the past might be isolating you in the present. Because real strength isn't about carrying everything alone. It's about knowing when it's safe to let someone carry a small piece with you. And that kind of safety doesn't come from logic. It comes from repeated, gentle experiences of being supported. Slowly, quietly, without pressure. So if you recognize yourself in this pattern, maybe the first step isn't asking for help in a big, dramatic way. Maybe it's something smaller. Letting someone listen. Accepting a little support. Admitting just once that you're tired. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. So here's a question for you. When you go through something difficult, do you reach out to someone, or do you handle everything alone? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you understand yourself or someone you love, don't forget to subscribe for more quiet psychology like this.